I'm going to show you proof that the Senate Veteran Affairs Committee is strongly considering cutting VA benefits. These comments did not go unheard. And in fact, it was prompted by Senator Tuberville. All right. Now, when I say cutting VA benefits, everyone goes all over the place. And then they blame me for fear mongering. But all I'm doing is letting you know what the Senate Veteran Affairs Committee is talking about. I'm not making this stuff up. But let me narrow the scope. I'm going to tailor it down for you. All right. The Senate recommends starting a commission to completely overhaul the VA SRD. I'll tell you what that is in a second. And long story short, that's 38 CFR. All right. It's what tells you how mental health is rated. So mental health is rated in the symptoms that reach 10, 30, 50, 70, and 100. It's the symptoms and the percentages. So they want to change that. So the best example is sleep apnea. Right now it's 50. The new VA SRD would bring the 50 down to 0. And so they want to change that from a medical lens and a potential earnings loss lens. They don't know where to start. Ergo, they need to make a commission. And so, yes, VA benefits in 2026 aren't looking good, right, for new veterans. Now, this isn't the first time the commission idea was a thing. In fact, it happened during the Bush administration, but got kicked down the road. It happened during the Obama administration, gained traction, faced large opposition from the VSO community, right, or what some people would call the funny hat brigade. Plus, we were at war, but guess what? We're no longer at war anymore. The commission looks like it's going to be right back up in play, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So apparently, VA benefits are too generous and fraud is rampant, and so now they have to overhaul VA SRD. And so here we go. I'm going to take you down this road of I'm not making it up. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. Here we go.
Things to help our veterans. I come from a military family, and it's been very passionate to me. Right benefits for the right veterans. I think that's what our title is here today.
Benefits for the right veterans, not the wrong veterans, the right veterans.
I'd like for anybody to answer this. I don't know who to ask this question to, but many of you will remember that under the Veterans Access, Choice, and Accountability Act of 2014, a commission on care was established to develop recommendations to improve the VHA. The call for this commission came after a scandal at the VHA. Don't each of you think that it's time for a commission was established to develop recommendations to improve the VBA? And don't our veterans deserve a system like this with a commission? Anybody want to answer?
When he says improve the VA, he's talking about modernizing it. So the VA SRDs, there's 15 of them. 15, okay. 5, 10, 15. Oh, I messed that up completely. There's 15 of them. 11 have been changed. 4 are about to be changed. Auditory for tinnitus, respiratory for sleep apnea, mental health, and neurological. All 15 will be changed medically, but not from an earning loss potential. That's what he's talking about here. So let's hear what the VA OIG has to say about this. And this is what makes it worse, because the senator asked a question, made a recommendation, and listened to the input that's given.
To this, push your button and have at it.
Okay, I guess I'm going to jump in.
Senator. You're first. Go ahead.
Yes, I think a commission would be very, very well placed. I think it is needed to look at the VBA process like it's supposed to do at VHA.
Anybody else? Go ahead.
So that was the VA OIG who said, yeah, we need a commission, right? Overhaul the VA SRD. Now let's listen to the VFW, who, by the way, on this panel is the only I say VFW is really all the VSOs. There's 2 other VSOs on this panel. Let's listen to what they had to say.
Thank you, Senator. I get nervous about the prospect of a commission, and there's a reason why.
Well, we all do.
I remember with the Air Commission, we as an organization were a bit of champions of that, and it couldn't make it past the first marker. and now we're seeing the repercussions of that. I know we're talking about the Benefits Administration, but now with Veterans Health Administration, it's become glaringly obvious that the infrastructure is in the wrong place, and it's resulted in a higher cost for care. I would argue that a forum like this is certainly a good start to have these discussions. I think I know that Dr. Gade and I don't agree on everything, but there are a few things that he said that I know I think we would agree on as far as how we reform the system and incentivizing the right behavior by veterans who are only seeking the benefits that they've earned through their service contract.
Thank you. With the passage,
Implying that veterans are seeking benefits that they haven't earned? I don't know. I'm a little confused on that one. Now, what I do want to hear, I want to hear from the VA or the GAO, excuse me. That's at 150.34. I had to write that down. And that's going to kind of wrap up my thoughts here. So 150.34, close enough. Here we go.
They have made progress in terms of their just ability to plan for
Give it like 10
workloads,
seconds
and
here.
then, so that when things do change, and they will change, they're in a position to address them.
The key tool in the claims process, the VA rating schedule for disabilities, was
VASRD, it's what I talked about in the beginning.
created in the 1940s. Some elements of the schedule have never been updated. The VA has been trying to update it for years. Which conditions and body parts rating schedules are the most outdated, and what problems does that cause, Ms. Kurta?
Sure. I would say the issue is that they haven't all been comprehensively updated. There have been small changes over the years, here and there, but they haven't taken a comprehensive look at, there's 15 body systems. All the conditions are organized in different body systems. Of the 15, they have updated comprehensively 11 of them. And there are still 4 that remain, and they are in various states of regulatory development. The 4 that are remaining are mental disorders, respiratory illnesses, ear and auditory issues, and neurological conditions. And so, the problem that creates, and I think you can see a little bit of this in the Washington Post article, where you might see inequities, or it might appear to be an inequity in how different conditions are compensated. I think in particular, when this was studied, mental conditions have been, because if you think about it, in the 1940s, people hadn't even heard of PTSD. So that may be compensated differently than, say, someone with an amputation. And so it's thinking through what that level of compensation should be. The other issue is earnings loss. That's the medical side I was talking about. The earnings part of it has never been comprehensively updated. And so that is another component of this.
I want to move on. Colonel.
It's never been comprehensively updated on the potential earnings loss. Why do I believe, not just think, I believe that VA benefits aren't going to last forever? Right there. Exactly what she said. And it falls right in line with Senator Tuberville's recommendation of, we need a commission to take a look at this VBA. Veterans are service connected for toe fungus and acne and hypertension because they're old and fat. We need to look at the VASRDs, not just medically, but in full scope with potential earnings loss. The best example that we see right now is, again, sleep apnea. Sleep apnea being rated at 50% alone out the gate for sleep apnea, nothing else, free healthcare. Assuming that condition is static, it probably is. That's free healthcare for the rest of your life. The changes to sleep apnea on the updated medical side of the VASRD for respiratory also includes potential earning loss, which is why sleep apnea at 50 is going to be 0%. So when I say VA benefits are going to be cut, what I mean is ratings, you're going to see a lot more 0%. Kind of like how we see for hypertension in hearing loss, you're going to see 0% across the board if it does not impact your potential earnings loss. I don't understand how anyone, especially in the comments on this video, people are going to say whatever they are, whatever they want to say. I don't understand how someone can listen to Senator Tuberville, to the VA OIG, to the VFW, to Elizabeth Curda here, the GAO, and say, you know what, VA benefits are safe forever. I don't see how you're coming to that conclusion at all. Now, what I am going to do is share with you, because people freak out on this. This is for newer veterans, okay? When major changes like that is going to happen, there's going to be guardrails in place for those who currently receive benefits. So a readjustment of the schedule for rating disabilities, SRD, the VASRDs, there's 15 of them, okay, shall not be grounds for reduction of a disability rating in effect on the date of the readjustment. Shall not. When you look at policy, there's certain legalese that matters. Shall not is one of them. Okay, this is a very hard, can't interpret this incorrectly. It shall not, period, point blank. You are safe. You're safe. The veterans after us, I'll be honest with you, it's going to suck for them, okay? And then we see, unless medical evidence establishes that the disability to be evaluated has actually improved. So there's nothing different about this, but a readjustment to the SRD shall not be grounds for reduction, all right? Anyways, that's all I got. So whenever I say I believe VA benefits are going to be cut, that's what I mean, is that we're going to see reductions for sleep apnea at 0%, not reductions on current ratings, just the rating itself reduced from 50 to 0. And so all of these hearing loss at 0% and hypertensions at 0%, I think there's going to be mental health at 0. I think there's going to be sleep apnea at 0. I think there's just going to be flat feet at 0. Like whenever you look at potential earning loss, that is going to be a bigger factor within this commission. And I don't understand how anyone could not come up with that same conclusion after just looking at the Senate Veteran Affairs Committee. Anyways, that's all I got. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you.